Thank you for joining us in this Q&A session. As we do every year, we are once again launching the State of the Think Tank Sector Survey. And we know that taking part can raise questions about what we are asking, why it matters, and how to get involved. In this short Q&A, Camila Ulloa, who leads this initiative at On Think Tanks, will walk us through the process and explains how completing the survey contributes to a stronger, more visible, and better understood think tank sector. Thanks, Cami, for joining us in this conversation. We have many questions to share with you. And the first one is, can you briefly explain what the State of the Think Tank Sector Survey is and why OTT runs it every year?
Hi, Andre. Thank you. Yes, of course. The State of the Think Tank Sector Survey is the only global annual survey that captures how think tanks are evolving, the challenges they face, and also the context in which they operate. OTT runs it every year because the sector is constantly changing. Funding environment shift, political contexts evolve, and organizational models adapt. So an annual survey allows us to track trends over time, not just produce a one-off snapshot, and to build reliable comparative evidence that the sector itself and those who support it can use.
This year in particular, we are asking think tanks to do a few things at once. What exactly are we inviting organizations to take part in?
Yes, we are inviting think tanks to engage in a single integrated effort that includes three elements. First, completing the State of the Sector survey, and in the same form, we are asking think tanks nominating peers for the 100 think tanks to watch. And third, updating or creating their profile in the Open Think Tank directory. Rather than separate requests, this is one coordinated engagement cycle designed to strengthen data quality, visibility, and also peer recognition across the sector.
Thanks, Cami. And something that we also would like to share is why is it important for think tanks to complete the State of the Sector survey, even if they have participated in previous years?
Yes, because continuity matters. When organizations participate year after year, we can identify patterns, changes, and emerging challenges with much greater confidence. This is what allows the report to move beyond description and provide meaningful analysis, both globally but also by region. Even small updates or confirmations help ensure that the evidence reflects current realities, not outdated assumptions.
How does this survey data contribute to strengthening the think tank sector globally? Who uses this evidence and for what purposes?
Yes, the data is used by multiple audiences. For example, funders use it to understand funding patterns, organizational pressures, and emerging needs. Think tanks use it to benchmark themselves, inform a strategy, and advocate collectively. And researchers use it to analyze regional and thematic trends. At a sectoral level, the evidence helps shift conversations, supporting more informed decisions about support, collaboration, and investment.
And this year in particular, as part of the survey, think tanks are also invited to nominate peers for the 100 think tanks to watch. Why is this peer-driven recognition important for the sector?
Because it is inclusive, transparent, and grounded in practice. The 100 think tanks to watch is not a ranking, it is a peer recognition exercise that highlights good practices, innovation, and relevance, often from organizations and regions that are overlooked by traditional lists. Peer nominations ensure that recognition comes within the community based on real work and recent contribution.
we are also encouraging organizations to update or create their profile in the Open Think Tank directory. Why does keeping the directory up to date matter?
Yes, the directory is the foundation of everything we do. It provides the global baseline of think tanks, supports representative survey samples, enables regional mapping, and also helps organizations find peers and partners. So, keeping profiles up to date improves data quality for the State of the Sector report, increases organizations' visibility, and ensures that the sector is accurately represented, especially in under-documented regions.
Thanks, Camila. And before we close this Q&A session, is there a final message you would like to share with the think tank community about why their voice matters this year?
Yes, this year matters because the sector is facing profound uncertainty and change. Without broad participation, the global picture remains incomplete, and every response helps ensure that the diversity, challenges, and innovations of the think tanks community are visible but also understood. Your voice does not just contribute to the report, but it helps shape how the sector is seen, supported, and strengthened.
Thanks, Camila. Thanks for sharing and responding all these questions. We are sure that these are going to be super useful for the organizations and think tanks that are going to be part of this year State of the Sector survey. So thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, and thank you all the think tanks that are already participating. And yeah, we are welcome to answer questions, more questions if you have.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.